Hey guys, in previous videos we covered earthing and we've also talked about the benefits of sunlight. So if we're going on a journey back to our natural biological roots, bare feet on the earth, skin in the sun, then the next obvious stop is breath. Because what's the first thing we do when we come into this world? We inhale, after a slap on the butt, of course. And what's the last thing we do before we leave? We exhale. And everything in between is pretty much defined by how we breathe. Now, here's the thing. We all breathe, yes, but most of us are doing it wrong. It's like having a Ferrari and only driving it in first gear. Most of the time, we're breathing fast, shallow, up in the chest, especially when we're stressed or hunched over screens. Even when we think we're relaxed, the breath often stays stuck at the surface, tight, short, automatic. And it's easy to ignore something we do like 20,000 times a day. But deep breathing, that's a whole different game. It's like the body's built-in healing switch. In fact, I would argue that it's more important than green juice, celery sticks, or your favorite wellness supplement. Let's break it down. Shallow breathing mostly activates the chest and neck muscles. It's connected to the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response. This means it keeps us on high alert, flooding our system with stress hormones. Deep breathing, on the other hand, uses the diaphragm. It signals safety to the body. It activates the parasympathetic system. That's the rest, digest, and heal zone. So just by breathing differently, we can literally shift our state from anxious to calm, from tired to energized, from chaos to clarity. Fun fact, the average person uses only about 10 to 20% of their lung capacity. That's like owning a penthouse and living in the broom closet. Even Bruce Banner knows this. Remember how he controls his breath to avoid turning into the Hulk? Breath is the bridge between emotion and physiology. It's how we regulate the storm inside so that our Hulks don't come out. At a cellular level, oxygen is how we make energy, literally ATP. Without enough oxygen, cells start to malfunction. In fact, many cancer researchers have noted that cancer cells tend to thrive in low oxygen environments. That's why some alternative cancer therapies involve oxygen therapy, ozone, or hyperbaric oxygen. But it's not just about pumping more oxygen. Carbon dioxide is also involved. This part might surprise some of us, but carbon dioxide is not the enemy. We actually need a certain amount of CO2 in our blood to help the oxygen be delivered to our cells efficiently. It's called the Bohr effect. So it's not about hyperventilating or just flooding our cells with oxygen. It's about balance. Deep, slow breathing increases CO2 tolerance, improves oxygen delivery, and reduces inflammation. Now, here's something really cool. When we breathe through the nose, not only do we filter the air and regulate temperature, we also produce a molecule that not many people know about. It's called nitric oxide. This magic molecule dilates blood vessels, boosts circulation, and supports memory and learning. So if you're breathing through your mouth, maybe stop. Unless you're running away from a bear, then fine, I guess. The other thing we need to bear in mind is that our emotions live in the body. And deep breathing has the power to release them. Ever cried during a breathwork session or felt an unexpected wave of grief or joy? That's because breath reaches into our subconscious. It's like opening the windows in a dusty attic. Energy moves. It's one of the simplest tools for emotional cleansing, and it's free. Here's another gem. When we go out into nature, say during a walk in the woods or a barefoot stroll in the garden, we're not just inhaling oxygen, we're also inhaling beneficial bacteria. Yes, the same kind that supports our gut health. Some studies suggest that exposure to diverse airborne microbes in nature helps build resilience, reduce inflammation, and improve mood. So yes, trees are basically giving us free supplements, no capsule required. And get this, because different environments host different types of bacteria, The more varied places we spend time in, the more diverse our gut microbiome becomes. Okay, so how do we actually breathe better? Here are a few easy ways to start. First, there's box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and hold 4, and then repeat. Then you have 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Apparently this one can help with sleep. Then you have diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe into the belly, not the chest. Put one hand on your chest and one on your belly just to feel the difference. And if you want to go deeper, you can look up Wim Hof, Buteyko, rebirthing breathwork, or the various yogic pranayamas. But do start slow. If you're not used to it and you suddenly flood your body with oxygen, you might feel a little dizzy at first. That's normal, it's just your body adjusting. So maybe don't go full Zen master on day one. Personally, I just like to start my days soaking in the sun, feet in the grass, and doing a few minutes of Brahmari pranayama, which is said to increase nitric oxide production, and also some Nadi Shodhana, which consists of alternating between inhaling and exhaling through each nostril. And this one balances the flow of energy in the body and promotes a sense of calm and focus. The only thing is that the temperature has gone down quite a bit recently, and honestly I'm finding it hard to be out in the morning and keep up the practice. Thankfully my body hasn't punished me for that one yet. Anyway, in the end, breath is more than just oxygen and carbon dioxide. It's life force really, it's presence. It's the one thing that's always with us, always available. So maybe the question isn't how we're breathing, but whether we're truly letting life in. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please share your favorite breathing tip in the comments, or even just take a deep breath right now. Inhale, exhale. See, we're already healing.